Alright, so new collab is gonna be Persona related. We got Persona 3 Reload, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royale. And the the Persona collab is going to be lasting the entire month of March. And for the first half, we're going to be having Persona 3. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be expressing why do I think this collab is going to fail, and why a lot of new players are just not going to bother sticking with the game. Like, it's normal with every collab that new players start and then they quit. So, first order of business, we're going to go over Makoto, and he reduces all stats by 80% and the healing received by 100% against the enemy. Team Rage, Team Serenity, Team Blessing on his fourth pot, and he has a new crest. He gives you your image, which is useful if you're properly buffed because the 5 cost and the uni can be useful. So, he has a new crest, it's called Fire Spirit's Crest. And this crest increases your HP by 500% and stats by 50%. It increases the fire elemental attack for all allies by 20 and enchants the attacks of all allies with a 15% wind bane. So wind bane is basically increased damage against wind enemies. So this is going to be a very PvE related crest, which probably have around similar damage output to the Emerald crest, depending on how they factor in the elemental attack and the wind bane. So there is a chance that this could do more than Emerald King's crest, or the Emerald King's crest can do a little bit more. It really depends how the damage is calculated, so this will probably need some testing. But at a glance, I would assume this would do more. And I don't think there's any Emerald King's crest for fire. There is a blue crest. Blue crest is the worst one because it doesn't offer you as much damage when compared to the green or the red crest. So this crest is going to be very PvE related, and he's also going to be very useful with the new purge quest that was released in the collab, which you only get a badge for completing. And I'll be going over how I cleared and why maybe you shouldn't bother clearing if you're not prepared for it. So up next we have Aegis. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. I don't play Persona. I'm sorry. And she increases all stats by 200%, buff limit increased by 120, increases cost recovery, and increases unit gains by 2. Self Siege and Team Kaijin on her 4 pot. Keep in mind, for these collab monsters, they're going to be self pot, or they're going to require a Nino of the same cost. So it's going to be very expensive to get their 4th potential, which you may want. And she does have a anti-field, which does nullify newly applied buff effects, blocks max HP increase effects, reduces action speed by 30, and reduces HP recovery effects by 100%. And this anti-field is going to be very useful against the Purge Quest. Again, the Purge Quest is basically a shield for Makoto and Aegis. Aegis, I don't know, I'm sorry. It wants you to use the new collab monsters to clear the quest, so that you have an easier time of doing it. And if you're not willing to spend that big money, then you're probably gonna have a hard time doing it unless you get them for free, which I didn't. As for the gear is going to be Shuddering after the collab ends. Shuddering is pretty decent as a weapon filler. If you need it, you can infuse it if your sets are very dog shit. And if you don't, just keep it as fodder. As for the defense gears, it's going to be Intercepting after the collab ends, and we saw this effect in Lunar New Year when the horse Zodiac released. And Intercepting is basically a better Regent, but it doesn't make Regent useless. Intercepting requires 5 gears of the same type, while Regent only requires 3. But Intercepting has better damage reduction when compared to Regent. It's just that Regent is more accessible and it's easier to scale. But you shouldn't have any problem scaling Intercepting if you already play Soldier, Lancer, Mage, Cleric maybe, if you actually main Cleric, or Magic Morpher, or Physical Morpher. It's very easy to scale if you already play like a class that specializes in defense scaling abilities. As for the other spawns, this is going to be your typical collab spawn with you are guaranteed and collab gear guaranteed. Not very worth it, it's a scam. You have your typical free spawn. These are the 30 free pulls promised to you. If you probably saw an ad of this, these are the 30 free pulls that you're going to be getting throughout the month of March. You also do get login tickets if you were able to log in before the collab started. You got a 30% ticket and a 50% ticket. Maybe you got lucky, maybe you did it. You have a beginner support spawns. These are not even beginner support spawns, these are more like beginner brick spawns because these are absolute dog shit. Why would you want Thor? She's ass. Why would you want Mahala? She's ass. Olivia and Vera, she's ass. Mephisto is good, but you're not going to be dropping 15 gems on this shit. Lilith is good, but you're not going to be dropping 15 gems on this shit. Utica is okay. And then you have Thor's gear. Mid. So this spawn is a scam. Just do your first time free and get the fuck out of there. So this is the main issue I have with this collab. So the main spawn for the collab is going to be a festival spawn. And if you're not familiar with festival spawns are basically exchange and get nothing along the way. You're not guaranteed an SSR unless you're lucky. It says you have a 10% chance of getting SSRs. And I call bullshit on that because you could do the 15 gem first time half off. I already did it, and I did it for the Fate Woman spawn. You literally get absolutely nothing. If you're unlucky, you're not even guaranteed anything. Like, these spawns are so bad. They're predatory as fuck, and you are bound to waste a shit ton of gems if you get very unlucky. That's why these spawns are absolutely dog shit. That's why these spawns are not good for new players. New players are not going to stick around when they find out that these spawns are literally predatory as fuck. Because in previous collabs, we've had step-up spawns. Now with the step-up spawns, you're guaranteed a weapon, defense gear, and the collab character at the final step. All that for like 270 something gems, under 300 gems. You're guaranteed a weapon, a defense gear, and a character. Maybe you don't get the character that you want, but at least you got a character. And you also got gear along the way. So it's better than doing this shit because all you're getting are the medals and probably nothing along the way. That's why these spawns are so bad. And it's such a bad format and they don't get called out enough for this format. It's so bad because when you compare it to other games, you're at least getting something. You can play a Hoyo game. Sure, it's a bad example. But like you lose the 50-50, but you still have a guarantee. You have a 75-25 for the weapon. If you lose it, well, that's kind of just bad RNG. But like you still have a high chance of getting the weapon, and you can get it early if you're lucky. You can't get the monster early because this game is not a hero collector. This is a gear score type shit game design. It's like, I don't know if you play Praying Frontier, but it's something similar to that. It's not a hero collector. This is where people get confused, like, oh, maybe I could actually use these monsters to like in a fight. Nope, you actually only use these monsters when you get Unison. Like a new player will not know what the fuck Unison League is. Understandably so, this game is dead as fuck. But you literally, if you're a new player, you're going to be very, very disappointed when you realize that, oh, why do I have to grind for Elizabeth and compare with big whales like grinding damn collab because they have nothing better to do. Besides Luna's the GOAT. But like, why the fuck? Hey, that's Kenshin, he's the go-to. But like, why the fuck are people just wasting so many AP? Sacred's the GOAT, Ezra's the GOAT. Again, Sept is the GOAT. The collabs are just boring. The same formula. You rank, you get gear, you grind. That's why I skip these events because they're so boring and there's just nothing to look forward to. I have 322 gems. I used 30 gems just to do the stupid festival spawn. I did it first time half off, and I did the faithful one first time half off. I just wanted to prove a point that these spawns are predatory as shit. And if we go to the packs over here, you're guaranteed a collab character, guaranteed. 75 fucking dollars. Yeah, absolutely not. My fucking ass. You're not even getting 5 ethers. You're getting only one, and you're getting one orb because the main selling point is that you're getting a character for 75 fucking dollars. Oh, you have another pack for $38. You can get the collab gear ticket. What does the collab gear ticket have? Let's see. The collab gear ticket over here. You can get any piece of gear, including the monsters, but you only get one. That's why you only spend. That's why you only spend 38 fucking dollars. All right, so there's another one, $25 for the collab weapon or defense gear. You're not even getting a full drop. You're not getting a full orb. You're only getting 25 gems and this stupid fucking ticket. And the collab gear, you can't even choose it. You're paying $25 for something you can't even choose. You can't even choose the stats for the collab character either. So again, why should a new player play this besides knowing that their favorite IP is having a collab? They're just gonna drop the game or like after a day of playing because this game sucks. So I don't have anything else to say besides that you can get more tickets from the ladder. You can get a 50% ticket, a 30% ticket, and another 10% ticket over here. I got nothing from all of them, so take that as you will. But to be honest, that's probably all I have to say about the collab until the next part's release. I will have a video dedicated on the new purge quest, on how do you get this badge over here, and why you might not be prepared for it. So it might come out like right after this video goes up. But yeah, if you found this helpful or informative, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and join the community Discord server in the description down below. Thanks for watching.